Giving hard cases for newbie training nurses. Is it really that bad? So this is in response to the nurse who filed a lawsuit against Sadar Hospital with regards to some of her complaints, wherein one of them is involving like she's being given a lot of hard assignments during the time that she was on her training period or preparation period. Okay. So this is my take on that. Okay. So number one, it's not always that bad. Really, it's not. Because one thing is, it's best to experience hard different kind of cases that you will be experiencing later on when you're alone. It's best to experience it now while you have someone, shadowing you, or you have a preceptor that you can ask or who can guide you during those particular moments. Okay. So it's really advantageous if you have hard cases and you get to experience different kind of procedures that involve that particular case. Okay, because another thing is you have some checklists that you have to accomplish it, right? So some of those things that are listed on the checklist are not like often that you're gonna experience on a particular unit. So having hard cases would somehow check those things off the list. And the best thing for that is you're gonna learn it through first-hand experience. Because for some of you who do not know, if you do not experience those kind of cases as listed on the checklist, the preceptor will just discuss those things, like a classroom type of discussion, verbal information about it. Okay. So not as good versus if you experience it like hands-on, right? I think you guys will agree. Then another point, guys, is, it's best to experience hard cases right now since you have a preceptor versus you're going to experience all these hard cases later on when you're alone and you do not know how to handle this because you never experienced it. So that's my take on it. Another thing, like I said, it's okay depending on factors. And the factors I was mentioning is if your preceptor is really like watching over you. Okay. So that's one factor that I will say, because some preceptors do not watch over their preceptee. But here's the thing. Most newbie nurses will complain that we're given hard cases, even though they're not. Like I have a trainee before, I gave her some cases wherein like super simple cases. It took her like 6 hours to accomplish all the documentation, all the assessment part in taking care of those 6 patients. Then for me, it only took me like an hour to do everything, including chart rounds, like reading all the notes. It took me like an hour. So that's how like different the perspective is from a newbie nurse versus a more seasoned nurse. Okay. So I don't know if her hard is really like really hard versus, like in our standards for seasoned nurses, it might not be that hard. And also, if you have a preceptor, I think your license is also included if you did something wrong. So they'll be liable as well. I'm not sure how it is in California, but that's how our practice is here. Okay, so whatever your preceptee does and she or he did something wrong, of course you're gonna be dragged on it also because you're letting your preceptee do everything that's supposed to be guided by you, by the preceptor. And some of the preceptees, you might feel like they're being left alone, left to drown, but on reality, for most of us, we do a lot of things from the background. We try to give you your own independence in order for you to be able to have your own critical thinking, have your independency, and feel like how it is to work by yourself. Okay, which mimics your later on scenario when you're off your probationary period. But you might not see that we are reading everything in your behalf, reading the notes. So we already know some of the things that you might have not read because you're doing a lot of the bedside things. And we are in the background. We already know or plan how to tackle things. Okay. So in other words, we're already prepared. Okay. We do things in the background without you realizing. So in a way, we're letting you move along in a controlled environment or a controlled setting. That's why I really don't think they'll let you drown by yourself. And their names are attached as your preceptor during those times. But again, this is only my personal take on that. Okay. So you guys, what do you think? Is it okay to have hard cases or should be given just the light cases during the training period? Comment down below. Bye-bye.